So this section is all about writing good Midjourney prompts. We've learned the different parameters, some of the ways we can control the actual image generation, but now we're going to talk about how we write a good prompt and what goes into a good prompt. It's a little bit different than prompting ChatGPT. Other than the obvious difference that we're generating images and not text, you'll find that Midjourney is far, I guess, I hesitate to say dumber, but it doesn't understand the English language anywhere near as well as ChatGPT. But you can still get incredible results if you know what to do. By the way, I forgot to mention, all the assets in the slides you see here, like this little robot typing at a computer, all generated via Midjourney. Okay, let's get started. So in this section, we'll talk about writing good prompts, and then we are going to revisit some more advanced prompting tactics and techniques and some other parameters that we can use later on, like image prompts, weighting different parts of a prompt. There's more to Midjourney, but I figured we should start with understanding how to write a good prompt. The first rule that you should always keep in mind is that generally, the longer and more descriptive the prompt, the better. It's not a hard rule. You can get away with super short prompts, but anytime you do something, even if it's just a single word, it will still work, but the output image or images will rely heavily on Midjourney's default styles. Midjourney will pick up the slack and decide what something is supposed to look at. If you don't specify the camera angle, the composition, the mood, the color, the whatever, all the different things that we can talk about in this section. So it's generally better to be descriptive. Now let me just demonstrate this. I'm going to do two imagines. I'll zoom in. Imagine, and let's do something super simple like cuttlefish. This is one of my favorite animals. I'll just do a single word, and I'll be back when that finishes. Okay, it's not quite finished, but it's almost there. You can see some of the detail already. It seems to be relatively realistic looking examples of cuttlefish. And that's great. It's basically the default Midjourney styles being applied. But if I get more specific and more detailed, I could completely change this, even with just a few words. Maybe I'll say cartoon, purple cuttlefish, and let's go with happy. Just 4 words this time, but we'll get a very different result. And this is probably very obvious. I assume, this is not really teaching anything all that remarkable, but I do want to demonstrate that you can get away with just a single word. You can actually even just do an emoji. So while that's going, let's do an imagine prompt with an emoji. How about fire emoji? And okay, you can see we're getting a very different result already. We're only about, a third of the way there. But we're getting purple, happy, cartoon, cuttlefish. And those are just some of the dimensions, the different things we can control. We didn't even talk about in that prompt, the angle, the composition, the lighting. It's just color, mood, subject, and style, cartoon. And there we go. It's almost there, and we get a very, very different output. And I think it finished up. There we go. Beautiful, purple, happy, cartoon, cuttlefish. Very different output. And you can see the emoji one is working away. We're getting quite diverse results that all have to do with fire in some way, or fire-ish. Not very specific at all, just a single emoji, but it does work. But generally, when I'm working with Midjourney, I have something in mind. Unless I'm really just exploring and I'm not sure what I want, I usually have an image in my head almost. It can be nice to be surprised by Midjourney, but it's also nice to have it do what you want. And that's where being descriptive comes in. It sounds obvious, it is obvious. The more descriptive, generally, the better. With the caveat of what I'll show you in the next video. Let's finish up the fire. There we go. That's pretty neat, actually. I like this one up top here. This little fire terrarium looking thing. I don't know why it won't load for me. There we go. Yeah, that's neat. Okay, next we'll talk more about prompting.